Once upon a time, in a kingdom hidden beyond the clouds, there lived a princess named Elara. Her beauty was known across the 13 realms. But her kindness was known even farther. Elara's eyes shimmered like morning dew on rose petals. Her laughter carried through the gardens like bells made of sunlight. Yet, for all her grace, Elara's heart was burdened by a secret. She was cursed before she was born. The curse said that on her 21st birthday, her heart would turn to gold. Gold, her mother wept, the color of life stolen and locked away. Her father, King Alden, vowed to find a cure. He summoned healers, witches, and wandering saints. None could undo what fate had written. Only true sorrow shall melt the golden heart, one oracle said. But the king forbade sorrow in the palace ever again. He filled it with music, laughter, and endless spring. Yet the princess grew lonely among so much joy. She longed to feel something real. "Father," she once said, "how can one know joy if sorrow is forbidden?" The king turned away. "Sorrow kills," he said. "Joy keeps you alive." So she smiled for his sake and hid her questions behind her laughter. Her only friend was a gardener's son named Finn. He had messy brown hair and eyes the color of moss after rain. He was poor but bold enough to tease her. "You smile too much," he said once. "And you think too little of yourself." She laughed. But his words lingered. Finn often told her stories of the forest beyond the castle walls. Of wolves that could speak. Of willows that wept for lost dreams. "The golden willow is the oldest of them," he said. "Its roots touch the edge of the world." "What happens if you find it?" she asked. "It shows you the truth you've been running from," he whispered. Elara dreamed of the willow every night afterward. Its leaves glowed like molten sunlight. Its branches wept gold into a silver river. On her 21st birthday eve, she could bear it no longer. She left her crown upon her bed. She donned a cloak of plain wool. And she slipped through the palace gates into the night. The forest greeted her with silence. The moon shone through the fog like a guardian. Every step she took, shadows followed. Somewhere behind her, a whisper trailed, "The golden heart draws hunger." She shivered but pressed on. At dawn, she reached a clearing filled with white lilies. A river ran through them, its surface like polished glass. She bent to drink. And her reflection blinked. "You should not be here, princess," it said. Elara gasped and fell back. The reflection smiled sadly. "The curse is waking." "Then let it," Elara said. "I'd rather face it than live blind." Her reflection wept golden tears. The lilies around her began to fade. The air grew heavy with the scent of time itself. And from the shadows stepped a woman cloaked in black feathers. "So," she said, her voice smooth as smoke, "you seek the truth. Who are you?" Elara asked. "I am Isolde, the witch of the willow." "Did you curse me?" "No," said Isolde. "You cursed yourself when you were born of both love and lie." "What does that mean?" "Your parents made a bargain," the witch said. "To protect their kingdom, they traded the heart of their firstborn to the spirits of gold. But they could not bear to lose you. So they hid the price beneath a blessing. Now the day has come to pay." Elara trembled. "Can I break it?" "Only if you give what your parents could not." "What is that?" "Freedom." The witch extended her hand. "Go to the golden willow. But beware, it shows not what you want to see, but what you need." Elara nodded and stepped forward. The forest thickened until no light could enter. She heard whispers in the dark, voices of all who feared the truth. "Turn back," they hissed. "You are safer in lies." "Never," she whispered. The path opened to reveal a valley bathed in golden mist. In its heart stood the golden willow. Its trunk shimmered like sunlight woven into wood. Its branches touched the stars. She fell to her knees, awestruck. Beautiful, she breathed. The tree's leaves rustled as if answering. You came, said a voice from within it. Who speaks? The one who has always been inside you. The air rippled. And from the tree stepped another Elara, radiant, crowned, unblinking. You are me, whispered the princess. I am your truth, the golden twin said. Your heart seeks to turn to gold not as punishment, and as remembrance. Remembrance of what? That even love, and hoarded, becomes cold. The golden Elara reached out. Do you love your kingdom? Yes. Do you love your parents? Yes. Then let them go. I cannot. Then your heart will harden. Why must love mean loss? Because only loss proves love's truth. The golden twin touched her chest. Pain lanced through her body. Her heartbeat slowed. Her skin shimmered faintly, the curse beginning. No, she gasped. You fight what you are, said her reflection. Accept both the pain and the beauty. Accept. Yes. Only then will your heart stay alive. Elara fell to her knees, sobbing. She thought of her mother's fear, her father's silence, Finn's laughter. I forgive them, she whispered. I forgive myself. The golden willow's light brightened. The twin smiled and merged into her body. The forest trembled. The curse melted. Her heart glowed, not gold, but warm light. She had found balance. The willow's branches swayed, showering her with luminous leaves. The truth is sorrow and joy together, the tree murmured. Guard it well. She turned to leave, but found someone waiting, Finn. You followed me, she said. Always, he replied. His eyes widened at her radiance. You look like the sunrise. I feel like it too. They walked back through the forest hand in hand. The lilies had returned. The sky was brighter than before. Will your father forgive you for leaving? He asked. He will. When he learns to forgive himself. When they returned to the castle, the guards gasped. The princess has come home. The king and queen hurried down the marble stairs. Elara, cried her mother. You live, said her father. No, Elara said softly. I am alive, truly alive, for the first time. She touched their hands. You don't need to protect me from sorrow anymore. It is part of me. The king fell to his knees, weeping. Forgive us, he said. We feared too much. Then fear no longer, she said. The curse is gone. The queen gasped. Gone. Transformed. It was never death, it was truth. The court bowed before her wisdom. From that day, sorrow was no longer banned in the palace. Songs were sung of both joy and grief. The kingdom grew more human, more alive. Flowers bloomed even in winter. Children laughed and cried freely. The land healed. Finn became the royal gardener. But he and Elara often escaped together to the willow. Do you still dream of it? He asked. Every night, she said. It reminds me who I am. One evening, as they watched the stars, Finn took her hand. Princess, he began. Elara, she corrected gently. Elara, he said with a smile, the willow showed me something too. What did it show? You, but crowned with wildflowers, not gold. Maybe that's how I'll be remembered. No, he said. You'll be remembered for making hearts bloom. The princess laughed, as the willow's leaves rustled in agreement. Years passed. The king grew old. The queen's hair turned silver. Elara ruled beside them, fair and fearless. When her parents passed, the people mourned but did not despair. Our princess taught us how to love through sorrow, they said. Elara became queen under the golden willow's blessing. Her first decree was simple, let no one hide their tears. The realm prospered like never before. Even the air seemed lighter, as if breathing with her heart. But legends do not end easily. One stormy night, a traveler came to the gates. He was cloaked in black and carried a broken harp. "I seek the Queen of Truth," he said. Elara received him in the great hall. "I am she," she said. "Then I bring you a warning," the traveler replied. "The spirits of gold rise again, craving what they lost. They want your heart back." Elara smiled faintly. "Let them try." She summoned the light within her chest. It glowed like a second sunrise. The traveler shielded his eyes. "You have become what they feared most," he said. "A heart that loves without chains." He bowed and vanished like smoke. Elara stood alone in the quiet hall. "Without chains," she repeated. "Yes, that is freedom." Outside, thunder rolled. But instead of fear, she felt peace. Finn entered, worried. "Are you well?" "Perfectly," she said. "The past has come knocking again. But it will find no door." She stepped into the rain. The storm bowed before her warmth. Each raindrop turned to light as it touched her skin. The people watched from their windows and whispered, "Our queen commands the storm." But she only smiled. "No, I simply understand it." For the rest of her life, Elara ruled with both tenderness and might. Her people called her, the queen with the living heart. She grew old with grace, her beauty deepening like twilight. When Finn died, she wept freely. Her tears watered the willow's roots. New golden leaves blossomed that year. "Your love feeds the world," whispered the wind. "Then let it bloom forever," she said. And when her final day came, she walked alone to the willow. The air shimmered with memory. "You came home," said the tree. "I never left," she replied. She laid her hand on the bark. "What becomes of me now?" "You return to the truth." "Then I am ready." Her heart pulsed once, twice. Then burst into golden light. The entire valley glowed as if dawn had come early. When the light faded, only the willow remained taller, brighter, eternal. Its leaves sang her name when the wind passed. And its roots pulsed like a heartbeat. The people came and built a sanctuary there. They called it the Grove of the Living Queen. Lovers visited to vow eternal truth. Mothers brought children to learn courage. And the sorrowful came to remember that pain was not their enemy. The legend spread beyond the kingdom. Even the stars whispered her tale. There once was a princess who turned her curse into light. Centuries later, her story still lived. Travelers told of a willow that glowed on moonless nights. And of a soft voice in the wind that said, "Love both your joy and sorrow." It was said that if you stood beneath its boughs and spoke your fear aloud, the leaves would shimmer. And your heart would lighten. Kings sought its wisdom. Poets sought its grace. But it belonged to everyone who dared to feel. The people no longer worshiped gold. They valued hearts, flawed, fragile, alive. For even gold rusts, they said, but love renews. In time, the kingdom was renamed Elarian. The crest bore a golden willow upon a field of blue. Its motto read, "Truth in tears, strength in love." And still the river flowed by the roots of the tree. Its surface reflected starlight and the faint glow of her heart. It was said that the queen's spirit watched over all who sought courage. Sometimes travelers heard laughter in the branches. Sometimes they saw a flicker of golden light. "She lives still," they whispered. "The princess of the golden willow." And perhaps she does. For love like hers never dies. It merely changes form, like sunlight through leaves. So when you stand beneath a weeping willow and hear it sigh, know that it is her song. A song of forgiveness. A song of truth. A song that says, "You are enough." That is why the flowers bloom where tears fall. That is why hearts heal after breaking. That is why the stars shine even after they burn. Elara's story lives in all who dare to love honestly. It is the story of sorrow made sacred, of truth made gentle, of a princess who found freedom not by escaping pain, but by embracing it. Her name still glows in the language of leaves. Her crown still gleams in the morning dew. And her heart still beats within every act of kindness. So if you ever lose hope, go to the willow. Close your eyes. Listen. You may hear her whisper, "Do not fear your heart. Gold may shine, but love gives light. Live fully, but let sorrow sing. For that is how truth grows." And so the princess of the golden willow lives forever, in every heart that dares to feel.